It's also called selago, foxtail, vegetable sulfur, or stag's horn moss. It's a toxic evergreen, moss-like herb. It has trailing stems. And these spores were once used for gas, urinary disorders. Also used as an antispasmodic sedative and to coat pills. Blackfoot Indians knew of the spore's blood-staunching, wound-healing, and moisture-absorbing properties, and inhaled them for nosebleeds and dusted them on cuts. And these spores are explosive when they're lit, and are used to create theatrical lighting and added to fireworks even. Magicians once used them to create lightning flashes and other pyrotechnics as their distractions required. These were used in yesterday's sparks of passion's flames. It's amazing what they'll come up with, isn't it? The Druids, the ancient Druids used it. So I was talking about the three dimension, or the third dimension, the fourth dimension, the fifth, the sixth, and the seventh, which is what the Illuminati believe. Here's a little look into their very twisted life. The third dimension is the one we're living in, the physical world, where we live in our physical body. We perceive the three dimensions through our five senses and intellect. The fourth dimension is the etheric world, separated into superior and inferior regions. And in both of these regions there are living beings. The Bible paradise, the Garden of Eden, they believe was said to be located in the superior region of the fourth dimension. Also in this world are the gnomes, the sylphs. And usually you can't see the fourth dimension because to do what we would need to do to have the five physical senses regenerated, we'd need one more sense: clairvoyance. The fifth dimension, the astral and the mental worlds, both worlds, the astral and the mental, are separated into superior and inferior regions again. In this dimension, time does not exist. This is where the Illuminati believe eternity reigns. There is an eternal now. The astral world is also known as the world of dreams. And when we fall asleep, we are in this world because while the physical is sleeping, we are active in an astral body in this dimension. You know, astral projection. The Age of Aquarius, the big hit song in the 60s, was performed by a band called the Fifth Dimension. The sixth dimension is the electronic worlds. It's separated into two worlds also: the casual and the Buddhic. The casual is where facts originate, that afterwards crystallize in dimensions that have a larger number of laws. For something to be true in this physical world, we must first have it happen in one of the other dimensions. Therefore, a person that goes consciously to the astral world can know something before it happens in this physical world. You can see the future. The real clairvoyant, they believe, is the one who can penetrate and see the origin of happenings in the casual world. He is deemed to be in the absolute dimension. This is where spirits guide them and tell them what's going to happen. The seventh dimension, the final dimension next, in the mind of the Illuminati, on AM 640 Toronto Radio.
He goes deeper into today's headlines than anyone else dares to go. But can you take it? This is A View from Space with the Spaceman. AM 640, Toronto Radio.
It's been over 2 years for me, and I'm still not quite myself.
Space is available at 416-870-6400 or star 640 on your cell. You can email him at spaceman@640toronto.com. AM 640, Toronto Radio.
On Space, it's AM 640 Toronto Radio. This is A View from Space. Just getting into the mind of the men who, and the women who steer our world. And it seems to me that this Olympiad in Turin, or Torino, the bull, is going to be a woman's Olympiad. Since the flag was carried in for the very first time in Olympic history by 8 women. 8 is Ishtar's 8-pointed star. That's why 8 women were used. 8 we'll be hearing a lot of. 7. The 7 we've already heard, big time. 777 was the date of the London bombings. The 7th month, the 7th day, 2005. Another 7. A 777 day. The 7th dimension, or 7th heaven, is the absolute. It's governed by one single great law. That law was revealed to the world by Aleister Crowley, the head warlock of Europe. He put it like this: do what thou wilt. In other words, anything goes. It doesn't matter. There's no price to be paid. You don't have to be responsible for your actions. And isn't this exactly what our world is coming to? We're getting closer and closer and closer indoctrinated into that new world religion that's being propagated and shown to us every 2 years in every Olympic open and closing exercise. The rituals are in our newscasts. The occult is in our movies. All of our forms of entertainment on television. All the commercials. inundating you with the message. See, we exist, they believe, in what's known as that third dimension, which is the physical five-sense reality that you see around you. Ever wonder where ghosts and non-physical entities reside and originate from? They believe they originate in higher realms that overlap this dimension, but vibrate at a different frequency. They look at life much like radio, with its different stations on different frequencies. You can tune into one or another. The different realms are the different stations. You can pick up different realms. Most of us stay with the frequency of the third dimension. And we're firmly fixed in this reality. And rarely, if ever, we check out the other realms. They want you to. One of those they want you to is one of the other realms, is the fourth dimension, which is the frequency above this one, they believe. It's a realm of variable reality, where time as we experience is here in the third doesn't exist. It's a place where you can mold and shape your surroundings at will, by mere thought. It's known as reality creation. They're trying to create that world here in virtual reality with video games. Your children are being sucked into it heavily. And where extra sensory abilities will be believed to be of our own possession, like telepathy, telekinesis, astral travel. The Illuminati believe most of us are locked out of the fourth dimension, unable to see or experience it due to being out of tune with that frequency. They aim to tune us in with their technology. Get it? They believe the fourth can see us and can come here at will, and often do, in a form of strange reality bleed-throughs, entities popping in and out, as well as the form of strange manipulating abilities, manipulating the humans as their puppets and a source of energy food. Demons is what we're talking about here. It's a view from space on AM 640 Toronto Radio with a glimpse into the Illuminati's belief and mind. The fourth dimension entities are said to feed on negative emotions like fear, anger, hate, depression, despondency. This is the sinister aspect of the fourth dimension. And these human megalomaniac powers that be, the leaders who are controlling our leaders, who are running our world and driving it into ground with their warring greed, lust, and other negative destructive tendencies, are shadowed and controlled by these unseen fourth dimension hyperdimensional controllers, these demons. And they believe this: the very pure bloodlines even carry within their veins the genetics of these very demons, as Zeus, Apollo, Ishtar. This results in a frantic scramble for genetic control and the manufacturing of royal bloodlines. And these bloodlines obsessively interbreed and marry within their own kind to maintain genetic purity of the super race.